When I first wanted to lose fat, I did what most people do. I dropped calories. Then I started to lose fat, and I started to lose more fat, but I noticed I wasn't losing much belly fat. So then I started to do crunches because I didn't want to be stuck with this belly fat. Kept doing crunches, more crunches, and nothing much happened in terms of losing extra belly fat. So then I calmed down with the crunches. A trainer actually told me to do more core work. I should do more core work and then I will lose belly fat. But I had already tried that. So I knew in my mind that that wasn't the way forward. Back then, remember, we didn't have the resources you have now. We didn't have these YouTube videos. We didn't have anything like that. This was a long time ago. So then what I did was I lost more and more fat. And eventually I noticed as I started to lose more and more fat, it started coming off the belly fat. So what I found out was that there are stubborn areas. There are stubborn areas for men and women. With men, it's mainly the chest area and the abdominal area. So the belly area, we store fat. And even from a scientific standpoint, specifically the belly area gets less blood flow and it contains more stubborn fat cells. So it just means that you have to get even leaner to be able to see, results in terms of the belly fat actually going completely. I completely lost it at this point. So I had somewhat of an understanding, and then I did my own research. And over the years, I've done more and more research and helped more and more people lose belly fat. So I'm going to show you 2 things you need to be doing to lose stubborn fat. So make sure you watch this video until the end. If it was as easy as just being patient, you probably wouldn't be here watching the video now. So number 1 is make sure that you understand that slow is best. Slow is best in terms of fat loss, because at the beginning, what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot of weight loss. You're going to see a lot of fat loss to begin with, especially if you've got a lot to lose. That's going to slow down. And what's going to happen is after a while, it becomes more difficult and you see less of a change, and it's tempting to try and speed this up. So what we'll do is we'll go all in with like cardio, like a massive deficit, weight training, and what we'll do is we'll sacrifice muscle in this process. And when you sacrifice muscle, your hunger increases. A 2018 study by Stubbs et al. Actually confirmed this. They confirmed that as you lose fat-free mass, basically muscle mass, appetite increases. The increase in hunger makes it more difficult to stick to the diet and also increases the chance of weight regain. And if you're not sticking to the diet long enough, you're not going to lose that stubborn body fat. So what I actually recommend, I've recommended in most of my videos on fat loss, is to lose weight at a rate of 0.5 to 1% per week. That's one of your body weight. And to begin with, it's going to be more on the upper end, and as time goes on, you're going to lose less and less, so expect more on the lower end. And to make sure you're eating enough, I actually recommend tracking your calories, even if it's for a short period of time, like a few months, just to understand portion sizes and the amount of food, because it's quite easy to overeat and it's quite easy to underestimate how much you're eating. And also at the same time, what you can do is if you end up eating practically nothing in an attempt to lose the fat, you end up eating way too little and you'll lose weight way too fast. So pay attention to the rate you're losing weight. Number 2, consider your food choices. To begin with, you're going to have way more calories to play with, which means you can be more flexible. But as time goes on, you lose more and more fat and you move towards losing that stubborn body fat, you're going to have less and less calories. Say, for example, you have 1,800 calories to play with. Then you eat a donut, that's 300 to 400 calories. That leaves you with around 1,400 to 1,500 calories left. Obviously, it depends on the donut. But then you've got to fit in your protein and you've got to get enough food to fuel your training. That's going to be difficult because of the high calorie food you've eaten, which is not that nutritious. So you want to be having less treats, and you want to focus more on the food quality. So including lots of vegetables, including protein with every meal, and also including carb sources as well. You want to maintain the carbs because that's going to give you the fuel to work out and push it a bit more to build that muscle, maintain that muscle throughout the whole diet, all the way to the end. And you're going to look the best at the end. You don't want to have low energy, just feel like tired, lethargic, and then you're like, oh, you know what, I can't be bothered to go to the gym. Or you get to the gym and you do a few sets, you're like, oh, I feel really tired today, I'm just going to give it a miss and I'm not going to finish my routine. That can happen if you're eating low quality foods. You're eating foods that contain a lot of calories that are not nutrient dense. So reduce the flexibility towards the end if you want to see that stubborn body fat go. I'm not saying you can't have anything, but you can, but have small amounts of that thing if you can control that. If you can't, then maybe it's better just to remove it altogether. But remember that the high quality foods here are important. You're going to get more volume, you're going to be more full, you're going to be less likely to overeat. Anyway, this was a quick video. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions at all, comment below. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, click that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. And if you're interested in building muscle and losing fat, head over to my Facebook group, which you can join for free. Until the next video, keep pushing those limits.